Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fan Appreciation Month here on Reaction and Review. Tonight, guys, I'm taking a look at a cult classic from Canada. And, well, I really don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that it's from the same director who brought us Scanners, and to be fair, when I actually got around to actually watching Scanners, it was pretty good. It wasn't great, but hell, it was still certainly watchable. Well, tonight's film, as I just stated, is from the director of Scanners, which was David Cronenberg. The movie is Videodrome. Yes, guys. Now, I was reading the back of the case here and found something which made me almost giggle. Allow me to read this for you. Let me just get into a zone here. Videodrome is a pulsating science fiction nightmare about a world where video can control and alter human life. When I read that, for some reason, I just have to chuckle because that actually sounds a little bit like YouTube. When you look at the people who look at irritating, jackasses like me and others, and you take all of our reviews as gospel instead of just trying to gauge your own personal opinion. However, though, that actually is just me being petty and stupid and just giggling at a little bit of bullshit on the back of a DVD case. I don't really know if this movie is any good because I haven't even watched a trailer. The only thing I know was something which was once mentioned in an episode of Family Guy, which had where the guest star was actually Videodrome star James Woods, and he mentions that he gets nude in one scene. That's all I know, is that well, the movie is from Cronenberg, and Cronenberg is supposedly like creepy as shit in his movies. Scanners is sort of proof of this, and James Woods gets nude. Fun times. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Videodrome. We will all have special names. Wait, so he's basically talking about, like, screen names. My god, this really is a movie about YouTube. Holy shit, dude. You know, folks, I would just like to say, because I find this to be just ridiculously creepy. He has already been told that what he sees on Videodrome is real, that they are actual snuff films. Yet he's still interested in learning more about it. He still wants to run it on his underground television station. That is absolutely disgusting. Yet it's still a little bit compelling. So let me see if I've got this straight. You see an open wound in your abs, and you stick a gun in there. I understand it's just another hallucination, but why the fuck would you put a gun in there? Why the fuck would you even be holding a gun when you know you're hallucinating? Unless the gun itself is part of the hallucination. What the fuck am I watching, dude? This movie's making almost no sense. And what do you know, the gun is gone. Totally gone. I'm gonna say, I'm completely fucking lost, guys. I'd like to just share this right now. Every single pulsating television in this movie is really beginning to creep me right the fuck out. Okay, yeah, so far I've only seen like 2 of them which have bulged and pulsated and moved, but Jesus Christ, that is like the creepiest goddamn thing I've ever seen in any fucking movie. And that's saying quite a lot, man. So wait a minute, wait. So him hallucinating that he stuck the gun into a wound in his gut was part of the evil plan of... What? There will have to come a time when this movie's gonna have to attempt to make some sort of sense. What the fuck? So, what the hell am I looking at? I'm sorry, guys. I really wish I could tell you what I'm seeing here, but even I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Ugh, that just looks disgusting as hell. I actually feel like I'm about to throw up. I just saw what looked to be a Betamax tape that was made out of pulsating human flesh. You guys have no idea how much I'm actually fighting back the urge to just completely, just, vom right now. Okay, that might actually do it. Oh, fuck. Well, that was Videodrome. Trying to process that ending. I would happily try to verbalize it, but I don't want to spoil the ending. As almost goofily senseless as it fucking was. Where do you even... here we go. Why don't I start by saying that before I start levying negatives against this film, I actually kind of liked it. I should say, though, that I liked it, but there's no way in hell I'm going to watch it a second time. It was really good to see once, but frankly, that's just because of the pure, like, bizarre... I almost want to call it shock, like shock value. A second viewing of this, I would know exactly what in the hell is coming, and it probably wouldn't be as impactful. So yeah, there's zero chance I'm watching this thing a second time, but the first time round was really different. It was definitely an interesting movie. It was definitely an entertaining movie. Might as well start with the acting. The acting was really sound. I mean, everybody turned in a performance that I genuinely thought was good, and I really can't even find a negative there. Music, well, the music was somewhat chilling, and that's something which is probably good when you're going for like a sci-fi horror psychological sort of thing. You want chilling, bizarre music. Special effects. Well, I mentioned the pulsating televisions and the Betamax tape made out of flesh. I'm going to cover the Betamax thing in a minute. So yeah, the fact that those effects, well, one of them was able to creep me out just simply because we saw it a couple times. It was just really just creepy. There is no other way to put it. And while the Betamax tape made out of flesh almost made me throw up, that should tell you that, yeah, effects are really good in this movie. Again, though, this is from the same guy who made, Scanners, and Scanners had some really good effects, too. So, really, it's really not saying a whole lot when you find a film that is directed by Cronenberg, and he knows how to do decent effects. I want to talk about the writing. Writing is this film's highest honor and also its biggest curse. Because you see, the story is really compelling. I could not stop watching it. However, there's so much of it that is just there to fuck with your head to such a point that it really just you really almost want to shut it off. However, you can't because you want to know where the hell the story is going next. I mean, I would have loved it a hell of a lot more if it wasn't trying so hard to actually go and like fuck with you. I would probably have been willing to go into it a second time, a third time. However, every single bit of bizarre, twisted imagery that is in this film, like I said, would be just completely, ruined a second time through because you know what's coming. Frankly, my God, the best way to sum it up. Now, some of you guys might happen to remember when I reviewed Eraserhead, and I was very, very critical on that film because it was nothing but mind. It was just nothing but a huge mind fuck and had no plot. Well, this is that only with a really good plot. The problem is all of the constant mind fucking is somewhat of a detriment because it oftentimes will bring the story itself to a screeching halt. And I don't like that. You see, I would almost say that if you want a good movie that knows how to fuck with your head a little bit, Psycho is a pretty good one, which does it. But then again, we are talking about Hitchcock there, and Hitchcock could make anything fucking frightening. Another one is, well, my favorite psychological thriller of all time is a little known Japanese flick. It's called, or well, actually, it's not even fucking little known. The film has a rather large fan base. It's called Perfect Blue. If you guys want to know how a psychological thriller should be done, go watch that. Then come back and watch this, and you'll see exactly what I mean by it's just trying way too hard, and it winds up just being a detriment to what could have been a fantastic film. So yeah, I could easily recommend this, especially if you are one of those people who really loves weird and creepy films and you do not care if the story makes almost no sense. Then hey, by all means, this thing is probably available everywhere. You can probably get it on Netflix. You can probably get it on Vudu if you're using the Vudu service. Don't know anyone who actually does, but let's just say you might even find it on a Redbox kiosk if there's one that carries ridiculously older films. I have yet to find one which does, but who knows? There actually might be one out there. Or or hey, if you happen to have like a video store somewhere nearby, go ahead, rent it. This thing actually would be a really good film, as I've stated a few times, to watch once. But there's no way I would ever give this thing a second viewing. It really is not that good. So yeah, guys, I guess actually the way to sum it up is the film, its positives and its negatives, they almost totally balance out to make the film just ridiculously average and meh, and I just cannot recommend it unless you're really into psychological mindfuck films, and I personally am not. Now, since this is Fan Appreciation Month, it's pretty obvious that Videodrome came off the Amazon wish list. The person who sent it in is a YouTube user by the name of Dark M Official. And by all means, guys, go ahead, swing on over to his channel. I'm going to assume that it is a him. I never bothered to ask. Sorry about that. Anyway, swing on over there and check out everything which is there. And if you happen to like everything you see, sub him or her. Again, I never bothered to ask. And I will, as always, provide a link to Dark M Official's channel in this video's description. By all means, swing on over, check it out. And by the way, guys, if there's anyone else who's watched this at least once, let me know if you also noticed a lot of really creepy parallels between things said here and the way that the internet is today. I actually thought that was one of the creepier aspects, but that's actually more hindsight 2020 sort of thing. Oh, I said I was going to talk about Betamax. God damn it, I actually have done the shout out. I usually close out with that. This movie features a ton of Betamax tapes that actually seem to almost be like the, format of choice. And I understand the film is from 1983, and Betamax was trying to make this huge surge then, but I never remember Betamax being that popular. For those of you who are a little bit young, you have no clue what in the fuck I'm talking about. Betamax was a competitor to VHS, and just to kind of put a more modern spin on it, Betamax is essentially the videotape equivalent of HD DVDs. And it seems that everybody in this movie is watching them, selling them, and distributing everything on Betamax, which I don't know if that was product placement or if Beta was just ridiculously popular in Canada. I really don't know. If I have it, and for any of my Canadian viewers, please let me know, because I'm really curious if it actually was just a choice by the filmmakers for everything to be Betamax, or if it was genuinely a huge phenomenon in Canada. I'm really curious now. Well, I usually would say that kind of shit before I give the shout out, so I'm gonna give the shout out again. Once more, folks, the movie was sent in by Dark M Official. Go over there and check out Dark M's channel, and if you happen to like it, sub it. So yeah, That's probably the first time I've ever done 2 shout-outs on a goddamn video. Well, guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.